Hey guys, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Maddie and I'm 22 years old. Sorry about the camera angle and shakiness. I'm in my car right now. I just wanted to do a quick update for you guys. So my last video I was talking about not being able to get a job and how it was crazy that, everybody pushes you to get a degree. And once you get your degree, you think, oh good, I have my degree now, I'm all set up, I can get a job, easy. And it's not like that. In fact, it's like really hard to get a job today when you only have a degree, because everybody wants like minimum of 3 years experience in this particular job, and it basically makes it like impossible to land like your first job. So I do have a job now. That being said, I have already put in my letter of resignation, but I will get into that in just a second. So I was looking for jobs, I was applying everywhere, wasn't hearing anything back, pretty normal. And then my sister actually, she works at an elementary school. She told me that the principal had let her know that they were looking for a paraprofessional position. And, the first thing I asked was, what's a paraprofessional? Because I'd never heard of that before. And my sister basically explained that it's like an assistant teacher who's like in the classroom with the teacher and, kind of does whatever the teacher needs to be done and like helps out, helps with classroom management and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool because I want to teach. And, that would get me experience of being in the classroom with the teacher, getting to see her role or his role, and things like that. So, I decided to look into that. The only thing with a paraprofessional is that it doesn't pay well at all. So I kind of had to weigh the options of, well, it's going to get me at least some experience, which is, what you need nowadays to be able to get a job, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, I mean, you want to hire people that have experience, but it's hard getting your first job because every place wants experience and you haven't had your first job yet. So it's like, how are you supposed to get that experience? You need someone to hire you. So basically I just decided to take this job knowing that it would get me, the experience that I need to get the job that I actually want to get. And, it sounded like a pretty easy job. So I was like, I can work at the restaurant part-time, make some extra cash, it'll be doable, like it'll be fine. So when I went into the interview, they told me it was a Title I paraprofessional position. Title I means students who score basically at the lowest end of the scale before it gets to special ed. So I don't deal with any of the special ed students, but the students I'm working with are the students who scored right above special ed, but they don't qualify for special education curriculum. So, it's a pretty, not a tough job, but it definitely requires, a lot of planning, a lot of work. You're dealing with, a lot of behavior issues as well. That's part of why these students score low, is because, they might not have the maturity level yet to be able to take these tests and to focus, because I'm dealing with like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, so 5, 6, 7-year-olds. And it was a lot more work than I was planning on it being. And which is fine, except that the school is an hour away from where I live. So it's an hour's commute. And then I'm not getting paid anything. I don't want to say how much I get paid, just, for like legal reasons and stuff, but it's not enough to support myself. It's barely enough to pay my bills, if it can even pay my bills. I'm not sure yet because I haven't even gotten my first check because I get paid once a month and I don't get paid till the end of the month. Okay, sorry if the lighting sucks now. It's getting really dark outside. So, the work was okay. I'm okay. Like, I'm not lazy. Like, I'm fine with, being a hard worker and putting in the time, especially when it has to do with children's education. It's very important to me. So, definitely not, I wasn't mad about the amount of work. It was just the fact that the job didn't pay that well, and it was a full-time position, and it took me 2 hours to get there and back from work every day. So all of that combined, I just kind of decided that it wasn't the best fit right now because of where I'm at. I am engaged, and my fiance and I are trying to begin planning our wedding for next year. And we're also staying at his parents right now, and we're trying to get our own place. And, the financial reality is that that's not going to be possible on this salary. And because it's full time, and it doesn't leave me a lot of time to work at the restaurant to make up that money. So it's not working out. I really wish they could pay more for it, but it is a paraprofessional position, and the school that I'm working at is not a full Title I school. It is a, I guess, partial Title I, or I don't know how they call that, but they don't get fully funded for it. So they probably could pay, the job probably could pay more if it was a full Title I school. But that's just not the case. And yeah, so unfortunately I talked to the principal about it, and I decided that it's best to put in my 2 weeks notice, and I've already started looking for other part-time paraprofessional jobs closer to where I live, so that I can continue to stay in the school system and to get my name out there, to make it easier to get a job later. But also doing a part-time position will give me more time to be able to work at the restaurant, so that I can make enough money that we can, plan for our future. So it's been kind of hard. Adjusting to this job was really hard. Going in, I didn't know what to expect, and it definitely hit. The first week I was there, no one was expecting me to be there. So my Title I position focused more on reading, and the reading specialist, who is basically like my supervisor or my mentor, she didn't even know I was showing up that week. Thankfully, it's the school that my sister works at, so I had her room. I just went and sat in the back of her room and watched her teach, and we chatted here and there when we could. But the whole first week I really wasn't doing the actual job. The second week I started doing more of what I'm supposed to be doing full time, but it still was only probably 4 out of the 7 hours, if even that. And then the third week, which is this past week that I just finished, was more full time, but we did have a half day on Thursday, so I don't do any lessons with my kids on half days, so that was kind of a break. So yeah, I put my 2 weeks in, and that means that in total, once I'm done with my 2 weeks, I will have worked there for a month and a week. And that's way less time than I ever thought that I was going to be at the school. I thought I would be there the whole year. I even signed up for the spring fling chaperone with my sister, so that's really sad. And I've already definitely built a relationship with some of the students, and it's going to be really sad to not be able to see them every day and watch them, learn and grow. But I have to do what is smarter for me to be able to live and, start a beginning, with my fiance. So, yep, now I'm back on the job search. I have already gotten contacted by one school, and the lady who contacted me is supposed to be sending me a job description of it because it didn't have a description online. So I told her to send me a description of the job so that before I set up an interview, I can know what, you know, job I'm going into to be interviewed for. So we'll see how that goes. I have applied for some other jobs too, but haven't heard anything back yet. So fingers crossed I find something soon. Okay, the lighting just got so bad. So like I was saying, fingers crossed I find a job soon, because you know, I have the restaurant I can work at, which thankfully I have that job. You know, that's always like a backup, so I don't have to worry about not making money at all. Like, there are some people out there who literally can't find a job after they get their degree, and like, that's it. Like, they can't find a job, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be available to be able to go to interviews and things like that. So you can't just, like, you know, you can take like a you know, restaurant job, or like, you know, some kind of a, sorry I keep cutting out, there's like, I'm sitting in my car right now in a parking lot and there's people like walking around, so I just get like uncomfortable if they see me holding my camera in front of my face. But anyways, like, it's like a catch-22. Like, you have to be available, but then you need money, so you get a job, not the job that you want to do, but like, you know, some other kind of a job, and then you're not, you know, available to go to these interviews of the job you really want to get. It's just like, you know, it's hard. And I'm very fortunate to have this job at the restaurant that is so flexible, and I can pretty much just like work whenever I need to, make money. And a lot of people don't have that, and so I am very grateful for that. So that's also part of the reason why I felt like it was okay for me to resign so fast from this job. You know, most people I think would try to stick it out at least like half the school year or something like that, and I thought about it. I definitely thought about it, but I was just like, that's basically like a waste of my time. Even though I really liked the job, and the people at the school were amazing. They were so accommodating and they were so nice. And it would be a great job if it was financially feasible for me to be able to work there, but it's just not. And I could be working at the restaurant full time, and I could be making 4 times as much as I'm making right now working full time, driving an hour to and from work. So just thinking about it logically, it doesn't make sense for me. So anyways, I just want to do a quick update for you guys. Sorry, the lighting sucks and I keep cutting in and out. Hopefully my next video will be a better sit down video and not in the car. But if you have any comments, questions, please post them down below, because I love to hear what you guys have said so far. And you know, people that have shared their story, that's what I love about YouTube so much, is that, you know, it's a place for people to connect, and, you know, you can find people that are going through whatever you're going through, no matter what it is. So you're never alone. So, yeah, thanks for watching. There's so many people staring at me right now. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.